Is Cynthia and Portia the only ones with storylines this season? What is Wahnowellie into? Because I'm not impressed. Welcome back, my people. It's another week and another boring episode of Housewife of Atlanta, okay? The episode opens up with Cynthia and Mike. They're sitting up at Lake Billy, they're trying to put together their wedding invite. Cynthia talks about how she invited 250 people, but yet she's surprised that 167 people has RSVP. Cynthia, sweetie, you invited 250 people and only expect 50 to 100 people to come? Girl, especially with black people, you invite them, not even black people, especially for weddings, because I've seen this. You'll invite someone, they'll be like, oh, can I bring my girlfriend? Can I bring this person? Oh, do I get a +1? So you should always expect more. So if you only wanted 50 people to come, you should have only sent out 50 invites, pandemic or not. So Mike says he wants to invite Dennis, but Cynthia's like, I don't know how Portia and Dennis are right now. Let me find out from her, and then I'll let you know. And then Cynthia talks about, the strained relationship she had with her dad. We learned that after her mom did the PSA, I think that was last season, they did the PSA about the domestic abuse. After her mom did that, apparently her dad was upset and she hasn't talked to him since then. So she wants to invite him, but she thinks there will be some kind of drama with her mom. And I definitely do think there's going to be some kind of drama with her mom. And me personally, I mean, you haven't talked to him in a few years, so why are you even thinking about inviting him? Mike is basically like, Mike is me. He's like, it's your day and you shouldn't care about what other people are feeling. And then Cynthia says, yeah, but that's my mom. She's been there for me and her feelings definitely matter. But ultimately, at the end of the day, she wants her dad at the wedding. So there's the answer right there. At the end of the day, you want your daddy there and find your daddy. Now we're back at Drew's house and, they're pretending to pack up the house for this new home that they have yet to even purchase, yet to even sign any kind of paperwork, but yet they're packing to move. Okay. So she says she's basically happy to see, rat-faced Ralph smiling after the death of his dad. And then in her confessional, she's like, marriage is a lot of work. 1 minute you're arguing, and then the next minute you don't even remember what the hell you're arguing about. And I'm just like, yeah, girl, but married men still don't disappear for days at a time to go to Tampa and not check in with their wife. They don't do that either. So now they're out on the balcony, and then rat-faced Ralph is just like, you're going to have to love me for who I am. I cannot stand Ralph, okay? So it's either like, basically, Ralph is saying, I'm going to stop all this therapy BS. I am who I am. I'm not changing. So you're going to love me for how toxic and emotionally abusive I am, or you're going to get to step in. Girl, Drew, I would get to step in, okay? Because you're in danger. Ralph is trash. So they chat, and then they let go of the balloons that they have in honor of Ralph's dad. I'm just like, I hate Ralph so much. So we're back at Kandi, and we see her getting glammed up, and then we hear that she's doing a grocery giveaway through her Kandi Cares program. And that's just like so dope of Kandi, especially through like a pandemic where people are struggling for just common things that's putting food on the table. She's doing something like this. That's so awesome. So we learned that Mike Sterling, Eva's husband, he's helping Kandi with the back child support situation that she has going on with Riley's baby dad, Block. And one of the women in the scene is like, the judge is going to be like, denied. And I'm just like, who the hell is this stupid bitch? Like, what do you mean the judge is going to be like denied? So just because Kandi has money, he shouldn't pay back child support? He should definitely pay his back arrears, no matter how much money Kandi has. That's Riley money. Pay up. So now we see Portia and Cynthia, they're meeting up for a little nightcap dinner, and they basically chat about the dinner party, the engagement party, and Cynthia tells Portia that, Mike wants to invite Dennis to the wedding. Portia says she's been running from the issues that she and Dennis has been having, especially the affair, and she's becoming a little insecure. She's gaining a lot of weight for COVID. She's realizing that she hasn't really been herself in her relationship with Dennis. And I agree. Especially after he cheated, she said it was more so about, like punishing him and I guess getting him to make up for whatever he did. But since her involvement with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, she just doesn't have time or tolerance for anything that's not good for her. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you can do so much better than this. But I digress. Portia jokes that she's leaning on Cynthia to use her coochie credit with Mike to get him to not invite Dennis to the wedding. And at this point, I was kind of peeved because I'm like, Cynthia, no one decides the guest list to your wedding except you and Mike, the groom. The bride and the groom make up their own guest list. I don't give a damn. You don't like it, you don't come. Simple. And first of all, Cynthia and Portia aren't even friends like that for her to be considering Portia's feelings about who's going to come to her wedding or not. So we see Cynthia FaceTiming Noelle, and now Noelle lives in LA, and she's living this successful influencer life. Girl, when you coming back to Lake Billy, I miss you or whatever. And Noelle's just like, Mom, I'm an adult now. I have things to do, I have bills to pay. I got 2 weeks for you, and that's it. So it's a day of Kandi Cares, and they're setting up. Portia actually shows up early and on time with her 5K donation. Okay, So Kandi thanks her, and she tells her how she appreciates that. And then Baskin Kenya shows up and just starts bossing everybody around. No, first of all, she started being shady. Like, oh, Portia can show up on time because she wants a photo op. Like, why is she just so miserable and hateful? I don't understand it. So like I said, she starts bossing everyone around like it's her event. Cynthia, Portia's trying to tell Tanya about the dinner that she and Cynthia had, the whole conversation with Dennis over everything. And Kenya's basically like, oh, can we work and talk? So yeah, then when Kandi joins the conversation, here comes Kenya butting in like, if you guys are in a good place, then what's the issue with her inviting Dennis? And I'm just like, all right, Cynthia, you should have invited Mark to the wedding then. Let's see how Kenya would have liked that. So anyways, we see Cynthia and Mike, driving back from picking up their wedding, their marriage license. And Cynthia jokes how she's not letting go of the marriage license because how her mom and her sister was trying to hide her marriage license to Peter. So that was really funny. At this point, Marla shows up. The event is basically over, but the event is a success. And, just shout out to Kandi again. Everyone is making up Kandi, and Marla gives Kandi her check for 5K. Here comes Baskin Kenya. She must have gotten the check from her sugar daddy. And so what? So what if she did? At least she's holding for good. What the hell are you doing, Kenya? Getting bad butt injections? So at this point, Kenya's like, yeah, with the pandemic, we're all stressed and we need a break. So she basically wants the lady to take a trip, the cash trip. So they're trying to discuss where they want to go. They're throwing back ideas. And then within this conversation, we learned that, Portia's new friend Fallon has her own plane. And I'm like, damn, Fallon has been doing it like that. So my thing is, if Fallon has her own plane, she has many different homes. She's actually a housewife and she's married to this rich businessman. Why does she not have a peach? Get Kenya out of there and give Fallon the peach. Somehow in there, Kenya calls Drew a stray, and then I'm basically like, but then what the hell is your friend LaToya? So Noelle and Cynthia are driving at this point, and can I just say that Noelle is definitely Cynthia's daughter. Like the face, the cheekbones, yes, Noelle is gorgeous, okay? And it's just funny how Cynthia's trying to talk to Noelle in the car, and Noelle's just like she's just there taking selfies, and Cynthia's like, girl, can you pay attention to me? And then eventually she's like, I want to be in this selfie too. So anyways, they get to Cynthia's mom's house, and her sister's Mal is already there. And they're all wearing these face shields, right? And I'm just like, how is that protecting anybody? You're wearing a face shield, but it's open. There's no mask underneath. And then Cynthia's like, she's trying to protect her mom because her mom has underlying conditions. So it's like, yeah, let me wear this face shield with no mask. Let me grab a plate, let me eat, let me drink, let me partake. Yeah, that's not really trying to protect your mom, but okay. So Mel at this point has been there for a while, so she's eating up all the food. Cynthia's like, where's the pork chop? Mel, you ate all the pork chop? Mel ate the pork chop, she ate the lamb, she ate everything, child. So then they sit down, and Cynthia asks her mom how she would feel if she invited her dad to the wedding. And then she goes on to say, she hasn't talked to the dad since the PSA. And I'm just like, again, so then why are you inviting him? And then Cynthia's mom is basically like, I've been your mom and your dad all your life, and this is how you gonna do me? So then Mal jumps in and she's like, I still talk to dad. I don't talk to him as much as I talk to you, mom, but I still talk to him because at the end of the day, he stole my father and I don't hate him. So Cynthia's mom said, you know, they had her bringing up all those painful memories about her and her dad and her abuse, doing the PSA that Kenya had. And she didn't really know what a PSA was, so she felt like she was blindsided. So I'm like, wait, how do you agree to do something and you don't know what it's for or what it's about? So then Cynthia said she did tell her mom about the PSA, but she apologized if her mom didn't understand like what exactly a PSA was for. I don't know. I think Cynthia's mom lying. I don't know. But yeah, so then here comes Noelle. You know, she jumps into the grown folk conversation talking about, you know, grandmom always has everybody's back. She puts everybody's first. So it's time that we put her first. And I'm just like, has no one not heard about a child's place? Like, why is she even there for this conversation? So Cynthia talks about, so yeah, at this point, Cynthia's in her confessional and she talks about having guilt about being born. And I'm just like, no, honey, you need to go somewhere with that because you did not ask for your mom and dad to have sex to bring you into this world. You should have no guilt. It is not your fault. All right. So basically, that was the end of the episode, and it really didn't give anything else. They are really dragging this season, and I'm just hoping that next week when the cash trip happens, it picks up a little bit because if this is what Atlanta is giving, I don't know if I'll be making any more videos, alright? Quick question. Are you guys watching that new own show, Bell Collective? And do you guys want me to do a review on it as well? Let me know down in the comments because I did see the first episode, but I wasn't sure if everyone's watching it or not. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!